Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. I told you I was going to crank a couple of these out. Update Monday. So, over the weekend, I had somebody ask me why my dentures look crooked sometimes. And they were very correct in their observance. So, during the period of time that I had my bad teeth, I would favor one side over the other. So what that did was it caused one side of my face to be more strong than the other side. So what that means is that now, at times, if I'm not thinking about it, my dentures look crooked, but it's really my face. It's really my muscles, because I would favor one side over the other when chewing. And really, it was actually this side. This was the side that I favored. I chewed on this side. I smiled on this side. Everything I did was on this side. So this side, it's like the muscles are even a little more tight. They're not as stretched out. And it can seem like this side is up higher. You can tell it in here. Anyway, what it means is that I have to do facial exercises and stretching to get that to go back to normal. So it's kind of like I have to consciously remember to chew on both sides of my mouth and not just on one, but to exercise both sides. I have to do these facial exercises and stretches to get the muscles to go back to what they originally were. This stuff didn't happen overnight. It took years for it to happen, and so it's going to take a long time for it to go back to the way it was. But my dentures are not crooked. They are perfectly straight. And they're beautiful and they're exactly the way they should be, but my facial muscles are not the same. So that's something that we all need to remember, is that especially when you're doing your wax try-ins and things like that, make sure that you know your face. If you think that some of your muscles might be off center a little bit, or you favored one side over the other, that might make your dentures look a little bit crooked or something. So just take that into consideration. Talk to your medical professional about it, whatever. But it's going to take some time for my muscles to really rebalance themselves and get strong together. So it did happen, but just a little update on the sharp razor blade situation on the inside here. I have it on both sides now. Well, I did. This side actually broke off in one long, skinny piece of bone, almost like a sewing needle. It came to the surface and broke off like that. So what happened is, with my dentures, my new ones, when they went in, they basically broke that edge off, and it came to the surface in one long, skinny little piece of bone. It was very weird looking. It happened when I was away on my trip this weekend, so I didn't really take a picture of it or anything, but it was strange. It really looked weird. And now I'm getting it on this side. So really, I had a very sharp edge on the bottoms, and it ended up breaking off with my new dentures and coming to the surface. So hopefully this side will do its thing soon, because it is a little bit sharp and annoying in there. On this side, the tissue is healing up nicely, so it did work out pretty well. But that's what it was, is I had a pretty sharp just edge on that ridge, and it did break off. So luckily, I didn't have to have any extra stitching or grinding, sanding, whatever. So I'm happy about that. Anyway, I hope that answers the question about why things look uneven at times, and really take into consideration that you might have to really do those exercises. Make sure that you consciously eat on both sides of your mouth to rebalance things out, because it takes a long time for those things to develop, and it does take time for it to come back to normal. And I know for me, I noticed it right off the bat when I first got my dentures from Russell, and I've been trying really, really hard to work on it ever since then. It has gotten better, because at one time, this area of my lip right here was a lot puffier than this side, and it really looked like I had a fat lip, which was not very pleasant. But I do have to consciously make sure that I'm using both sides of my mouth all the time. so that it doesn't look like I'm, you know, have a crooked face or crooked dentures or teeth or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I hope you guys have an excellent day. That is my little update, and just to answer a couple questions. So I will have a couple more videos because I had some really great questions over the weekend and I can't stuff it all into just one. So until the next one.